Good evening and welcome to another episode podcast number 11 to Jerry What the What Diamond. How's everybody doing? Today we just celebrated the 15 years of a hard tragedy situation that happened 15 years ago. 9/11 was the worst day of our entire lives. The whole nation, the whole world thought we were being attacked, and we were being attacked by terrorists. It's hard to believe in the 15 years since this tragic happened. Um, and somehow we've become stronger and more independent to each other and relying on help when we need it. But the thing is this is the beautiful world. Why would anybody want to kill innocent people? I mean, so many people died that day. There was over 2,996 people died. And that's not including the 6,000 injured in that. And there were a lot of them that were firefighters, police officers, EMTs. I mean, it was a tragic day. I'll never forget that. I will never ever forget that as long as I live. And 75 to 80% of them ages were anywhere from 2 years old to 85 years of age. And it's horrifying. It really is. And 189 people died at the Pentagon. And 40 passengers, crew members were killed aboard Flight 93 in the field of Shanksville, Pennsylvania. So we lost a lot of people that day, and for no reason, because of terrorists. Terrorists were trying to make us become weak, make us become, unable to not be strong anymore, and surrender to their needs, which be a cold day in hell for I ever do that to anybody. I'm not a strong person in a lot of ways, but I'm not weak either. And I'd be damn if I have a terrorist come over and try to take my freedom away. If anybody should be taking my freedom away, should be me, myself, and I, and nobody else. So I hope everybody was out today and give a moment of silence and said a prayer. I was in church today and I said a prayer for all of them. And it's just hard to believe it's been 15 years. And we lost the Twin Towers, one of the biggest buildings in New York. Now they're gone. They made a memoriam down in Ground Zero with all the names of people that had died that day. So it's I remember I was married. I had two daughters. My oldest daughter was about, I believe, 6 years old, born '93, about 6 years old, and my youngest daughter about almost a year and a half, almost two. And we're heading. I was pulling the Hess gas station, which is now called Speedway, getting gas, and I heard on the radio a plane had crashed into one of the Twin Towers. I'm thinking, oh my God, something must happen to the plane. You wouldn't think that was terrorists or anything like that. You was like, oh my God, what's going on? And so I got gas, and I went to my mother-in-law's house in Nassau, and we were watching TV, watching the whole thing. It was crazy. And like within an hour or so after that, another plane flew right into the Twin Towers, and it was just horrifying. It's just like, oh my God. And what really irritated me and got me really torqued off was that people were still living their lives, and I kind of felt guilty because I was one of them people. At that time, I was working at Walmart up in Latham with electronics, and generally in the TV section they have just about Walmart, about their products, what they're selling, and so forth. But that day they had CNN News on there talking about the whole thing about 9/11, about the World Trade Centers and people getting killed, and watching them towers fall down the way they did, and people dying inside them really, really, really disturbed me, and it was horrifying. And what do you tell your kids that what's the world's coming to an end, and what do you tell the next generation of kids? It's just horrifying. And that day, it brought a lot of people together. Everybody was brought together that day, and I know I'll never forget that. And my thoughts and prayers go out to all the victims that were taken away and their families of the victims that they had lost. And my thoughts and prayers go over each and every one of you. And may God bless you and continue on being strong and being there for one another, as we all should. Not just on this day, but it should be every day that we should be cherishing one another and cherishing life itself. Letting them terrorist bastards know that they're not going to take us down while to fight. So that's all I got to say about that. So as you can see, I am wearing the Buffalo Bills hat along with my Mets because it's still baseball season, so we're playing for the playoffs. And the Buffalo Bills had for their first game today. They played against the Baltimore Ravens, and of course we lost by 6. So I was not happy about that situation. But the week before when the game started, the Bills took on the Giants and we beat them. So I didn't care about that. But the Giants did win today. So what are you gonna say about that? They won by 1 against the Cowboys. The Cowboys was really unbelievable. It really was. I couldn't believe how well they did. It was a close game between the 1 by 1, but the Cowboys, I couldn't believe that. It was insane. Insane. I'm just taping in something on my phone here with the game here. Just bear with me a second. Or to see with my glasses, but that's how when you get old, you eat your vegetables when you're younger. It was 7-13, so it was a tough day for the Bills. But they get their act together, because if they don't, let's think about Rex Ryan. Of course, I don't think he's good anyway. I think he's a real jerk. I don't really care for him. Look if he did the Jets. He ain't gonna be doing my Bills. Get rid of his ass. But I have a lot of injuries in that team, so I don't know what's going to happen with that team. It's just driving me nuts. But I hope everybody had a good summer. Now summer's all over with. All the fairs are gone. The racetrack's all over with. Now it's time back to reality. School started. My youngest daughter just started her first year as junior. So I'll give it to my daughter Michelle, being a junior. My oldest daughter is in college. She's still starting to be an archaeologist, so yes, she's still digging for her future. Gives my daughter Amy. And so now both my kids are back in school. So guess what? Back to daytime drinking. Cheers, my yin bud, my best friend. Anyway, so starting to get cooler. I tell you, I had a strange thing happen to me last night. I was sleeping, and then I guess sometime early this morning I had a really bad windstorm. Wind gusts up at 50, 60 miles an hour, and had both my windows were open. And I woke this morning. I had my notebooks, my little note cards, I was going to write out for today's show, and my pencils on top of me in my bed. I went to roll over, and one of the pencils bit me in the ass. So I said, "Oh!" It was awful. It was sad. It was really, really sad. That wasn't that. Let's see here. That's what I was looking for. So, things that come up this week, I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I'm going to be at the Lark Tavern. So I give for Lark Tavern. Nellie Shanahan, who's doing a great job hosting that. She's really funny. I never knew she was a comic, but she's married to a comic named Ryan Shanahan. He's funny as hell. They're both from Massachusetts, and they just moved to Albany. So welcome to Albany. And then welcome, Nellie, to being a new host at Lark Tavern. You're doing a great job so far. Keep the good work. Now there's been roast going on still between the Albany area comics and the Hudson Valley comics, and I still haven't done mine yet against Terrence Dalton, so I'm hoping to get to do it tomorrow night. There's a lot of stuff going on between Maura O'Neill's anniversary and the Labor Day weekend, so hoping that we're back on track with things. We can get on to it and get on. Hopefully we can do it tomorrow night, so we'll see what happens with that. And then I'll be at Low Beat on Tuesday. I'm going to be doing a podcast live with Carla Carey, who's hosts the Low Beat, along her sidekick, the Amazing Blaze. So give up for them two, huh? Carla Carey, the comedian, and she's been, I know her since I've been doing comedy, and she does a Low Beat, and I love doing doing shows there for her. She's a wonderful person. She's a redhead too, so we're doing two redheads. Oh boy. So, but they also have a podcast too, the C&B podcast. So you can catch that on YouTube under C&B. So check that out. And I love them guys. They're funny as hell. And Blaze, he has his own show. Like I think it's gonna be the 190th episode of his show. I believe. Don't quote me on it. I'm sure he'll correct me on it tomorrow. But yeah, I'm doing that, and I'm going to be over doing a podcast. So we'll see how that goes. So give it up for them guys. And I guess I believe the host in there tomorrow night is going to be Pat the Barrier. If I sorry if I mispronounced your name. He's been doing comedy. He's been all over the place, and he's been doing it. And so we'll see him tomorrow night, along with the other great comedy. I mean, I'm sorry, Tuesday night. Excuse me, Tuesday night at Low Beat. So I can't wait to be there for that. Thursday I'll be at the coffee shop, Hudson River Coffee Shop, doing my show there. And God, where else am I going to be? I'm all over the place. I'm going down to New York City next weekend to do some shows down there. So see what happens with that. Catching my good friend Brendan Sagar. I'll be getting a hold of him this week. If he doesn't see this podcast, I'll get a hold of him and see what he's going to be doing this weekend. I'd like to get down there and see him again before snow flies. So it's been, it had a really good summer. I've been really busy. I've gotten some shows, and I've been promoting things, and now I got a podcast, and I have a YouTube channel, so I'm grateful for all that. So give it up for that, huh? My manager, Amanda DiGiulio, she's been a big part of this. She's got me going to the podcast thing. She's been setting things up. She's my manager. She helped me promote things, and she's done a lot of this stuff behind the wall here, so she's been really good. So without her, I couldn't be doing this. But it's been really, really crazy. I just found out that my mom may have breast cancer. She has a lump in her breast, and she has to go for more tests at 29. So say a prayer for my mom, Diane, and hopes everything's really okay. She has a lot of health problems. She has COPD really bad. She's only 61 years old. And so I just want to say a prayer for my mom out there. I love you, Mom, and I hope you feel better, and hope that we can beat this. If I hope it's not cancerous. If it is, we'll beat it one way or another. You're a strong woman. You have a lot of 5 of us kids, for crying out loud. 4, because me and my brother Gary were not technically hers. We were her stepchildren. But as far as I'm concerned, she's my mom. She's raised me ever since I can remember. So even when she gave birth to me, she raised me, and that's my mom until I die, and that's all there is to that. So, Mom, I love you. Hope you feel better soon. So basically, it's just now starting to get a little cooler now. The hot days are finally behind us, and still get some warm days. It's supposed to be, I guess, first day we get the fall weather on Thursday. It's going to be 69, close to 70. So, ooh. And the leaves start to change colors now. So, but in the next several weeks, you'll be seeing more leaves change their colors, and we got to go out to venture out between, I believe, October, first week, second, third week of October. You can venture out, and you can go anywhere around here, the capital region, up to Lake George, to Vermont, to see the leaves. I love the leaves; they're so beautiful. But they're short-lived, like everything else. And before you know it, winter will be here with the blizzards and the sub-zero temperatures. And I hate winter; I really do. And the holidays are all coming up. We got the Columbus Day coming up pretty soon in a couple of weeks, and then we got, of course, Halloween was not considered a holiday, but we all celebrate it by getting dressed up and getting candy, getting sugar diabetes from it. So, and then of course we got Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving. That's my favorite holiday time of the year. You get to eat turkey, the trimming, mashed potatoes, pies. Ah! I love that. So, looking forward to that. But hopefully, last winter we had a mild winter, and it was like Christmas Eve. I think you all may remember that it was 73 degrees outside. And this is how I know this, because the next morning on the front page of the newspaper, there was a picture of Santa Claus in a Speedo on jet skis. Like, ah! It was awful. It was, and I swear to God, this happens again by some God in nature. And I see another paper with the Santa Claus and the Speedo and jet skis. I'll never celebrate Christmas again. I'll become Jewish, and that's all be in that. So, but I'm gonna make a short podcast. I have a late night here, so I just put up podcast number 10, and this is podcast number 11, of course, and not 11. So, it's been crazy. I can't believe it's 15 years of this. And I hope that us as a nation, a country, we can be stronger people and love one another and respect one another and don't take life for granted, because we're all only here for a short time. We don't know how long we're here for, but we should take advantage of it and live our dreams to the fullest, and don't let anything or anybody get in that way. And not because I'm not. I'm fighting for this dream of being a comic. I'm not letting anybody or anyone get in my way. So I had to make some changes in my life. If I can make any more, I will continue to make more to be where I want to be. So, um, on that note, I'm going to call it a night. And I'm going to be doing it again Tuesday night at the Low Beat Podcast with Carla Carey and the Amazing Blaze After Dark. I love them guys. They're wonderful people. And I love the format of the Low Beat. I really do. And I can't wait to do the interview. It's going to be good and interesting. So, and by the way, I just put up the second podcast of Howie Jones. One was already up there. I had a difficult time doing the second one, but finally got up there today, along with my podcast number 10. This podcast should be up tomorrow at some point. You'll be able to see that, and then you'll see what's going on in the world. And I'll try to get the podcast with Carla Carey and Blaze up Wednesday or Thursday. I'm not know what day, but I'll let you all know on Facebook. Okay? So I'm calling this a night. My name is Jerry. What Diamond. I love you guys. Have a good night. And all my comedian friends, I'll see you tomorrow night at Lark Tavern. And hopefully tomorrow night, me and Terrence Dalton will be able to do our battle with the comics there, roast there. So wish us luck. And for those who made it, Carla Carey, by the way, is 3-0. She had kicked ass. She knocked out 3 comedians in this roast. She did Ed Smythe. She took out Catherine. I can't pronounce her last name, but she just did a thing for Laughs and Sip up in Latham Labor Day weekend. I was there on Tuesday. Great show. There's an art gallery in Latham and in Newton Plaza. So I hope the people will form there next month. So I love her. She's really Gunthree. I want to tell you, Gunthree, Catherine Gunthree. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your last name, honey. I love you. You're a great comic, and I love you dearly. And I hope to be on your show next month. And I want to say good night to all my comedian friends out there. And until then, America, let's keep laughing. And don't forget 9/11, and God bless those that have lost their lives. My thoughts are prayers with the family and the victims. God bless you, and good night.